ABEK, also known as Alternative Basic Education in Karamoja, is an initiative that was started by donors in the late 1990s and later adopted by government. In the initiative, education centers are extended to the hard-to-reach areas where learners can access education. These centers have grown in the region, and now there are 40 of them in Napak district, 52 in Kotido, and 71 in Moroto district. Here learners are taught up to primary 3.
At least the literacy levels in the communities is increasing. Where ABEK is, you will find that at least you will get some few people who know how to read and write. During the course of studying, as the children are studying, their parents are also there trying to get something.
It was a novel idea, and I can tell you that at that time when I was a district planner then in Moroto, a number of young people who joined ABEK that time have even finished university and they are working back in the region.
And also someone in the VSLA today, people already have their records. You see someone with a book, membership book. You see someone writing his own money. So that's the joy.
Some of these centers are now community schools. Lokitmo Community School is the only school in 4 villages, and on this day of reporting, learners can be seen preparing their learning spaces. Many of these operate under trees, with hope that donors will come in at some point.
If it is raining season, like now it is a rainy season, you find that it becomes a holiday for us teachers because we don't have where to sit. So we appeal to the government, mainly the government and other NGOs who may come to help.
And I think the ministry, we appeal to the Ministry of Education that this is a very good idea that they can grow, because now they have planted roots where we can have primary schools. People have given their land.
Yeah, that's why formal education is trying to pick up very well in Karamoja because of the ABEK. When the parents saw that the education of their children was very good, and that's how they also picked the courage to send their children to formal schools after the ABEK.
At Kanangakinoi Community School in Nabiratuk district, the situation is also very hard. The school has learners of up to primary 4, but only 2 teachers.
No classrooms. That's why the school goes still comes down, comes down. Those are that I normally get, I push Natira, which is almost like 15 kilometers, 18 like that, which is very far. And some of them drop because if the distance is very far, you cannot maybe go afford to go and don't have transport. But you need to access the school which is within the community there.
The leaders in the region are still hoping that one day government will run to their aid. But at the moment, it is only the donors supporting community schools. Right behind me are some of the learners at Lokitmo ABEK Center. Their hope is such centers are coded so they do not have to be moved from here into UPE schools.
So when our Excellency says that securing the future, the question is how do we secure the future? So ABEK is one way that Karamoja can secure its future.
I think the government will also try to elevate this ABEK Center into a community school. That's what we are trying to look at, where we can go up to maybe P4, up to P7 level.
Now I have the learners, enough learners in the school. If it is coded, and the government also facilitates by giving some other building structure, some furniture, anything, the school now will move on well.
So in total we have 11 community primary schools which we have already presented to Ministry of Education for coding. So that is our vision.
Ramson Mhire, CTV Pemedition.